we've been here for the last few years for the same reason as you see before us. And I always go away with one question, and I think it's a question that we should all ask ourselves. Why? Why? Why?
Today, when we come to realise just how many coffins out there, just how many lives been taken through this 12 months, young children, and when we hear about on the news we're saddened, but when we come to this day here and see this, it really touches our hearts.
The WA community has been shocked and saddened by too many deaths over the last 12 months. The distressing fact is that since we were here last year, 28 people have been killed in alleged domestic violence homicides in our state. 9 of these victims were children between the ages of 2 and 15. The coffins you see here today represent those lives, and it's a stark reminder that we must continue to focus our efforts.
In the last 12 months, police have responded to over 70,000 attendances at homes, responding to calls to address family violence. They've investigated some 47,000 reports of crimes being committed within a home setting. Amongst the 28 people killed this time in the last 12 months, police did not have reports of family violence for 10 of those victims. We simply didn't know about the family history before they tragically lost their lives. We strongly encourage the reporting of family violence so that those affected are supported in an effort to help break this cycle.
It's 23 years since I escaped from my abusive partner of 15 years, and only now, this year, have I felt safe enough to speak publicly about the abuse that my children and I suffered at his hands. Fear kept me with him, fear of being on my own with 4 children, fear of the unknown, fear of him getting the children taken from me, as he threatened to tell family and community services I was an unfit parent. But mostly it was fear of what he was capable of doing to me and the children. I think sometimes on reflection that even though I left him and his abusive, controlling behaviour, he still continued to control me through my fear. We couldn't have managed to move forward without the support of the workers at the refuges, particularly the Patricia Giles Centre as it operated back then. We were able to return to the centre after moving into our own accommodation for ongoing support. This was really important because the refuge workers were the first people that I grew to trust for most of my life. They were an integral part of our support network. Knowing so much about us from when we were accommodated, they continued to offer emotional and material support when needed, and I benefited greatly from attending their domestic violence support group.
Our hearts break with every act of violence which may cause permanent injury, physical, psychological, and often death. But today, though, we will not let these acts break our spirits while we mourn for those directly affected, the victims, parents, children. We are here together as that force. When we join together for that silent walk to say, enough. It is enough. The violence must end.